Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, Smishek's Custom Baits. Rick Smishek here. Today we're going to go ahead and finish up that series on the smallmouth bass. I had to finish figuring out the colors off camera because they just weren't working. And come to find out I was doing it backwards. Okay, there we go. All right, but I had to look back at the color wheel again to make sure, and I realized, oh yeah, you're being dumb. You're being dumb. Okay, so I fixed that off camera, and let's check the plastisol real quick first. Grab a glove. Yeah, this isn't going to be quite ready yet, so we can 330 or 340 about. Okay, this needs to be brought up to temperature still. We're almost there, and let the air bubbles rise out of it. I should use the 2-cup measuring cups. I keep forgetting, so that I can use the vacuum chamber. It's just a whole lot quicker at getting the air bubbles out. Oops, I forgot to check the temperature. This one. This is the 340? No, I forgot. There we go. Never mind, I'm an idiot. All right. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and go for another minute, and that should do that. I'm going to go ahead and finish bringing that up to temperature and get all the air bubbles out, and then I'll move the camera and we'll keep going, right? All right, so let's go ahead and make that lighter color first. Let's go ahead and we're going to put in 1 drop of orange. Okay, there we go. Grab my rag here, wipe that off. Okay. Now we're going to put in, I'm actually going to put in 2 drops of white because I want to make this a little paler than my test run was when I come up with there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stir that in real quick. Get that mixed up real good. All right, there we go. There's that. Okay. So now let's go ahead and we're going to use a bunch of yellow now. Let's try this. That was a pretty good squirt there. But you know, I'm not so sure. You know what? I think I'm going to add 1 more drop of white because I want it to be a little paler. I don't want it to be too yellowy orangey. This should, and white's a pretty strong color too, so we don't generally need a whole lot of that to make that stuff happen, to make those changes. It's not as powerful a color as black is now, mind you, but it's still a pretty powerful color. Okay, that made a little bit of difference there. I think I'm liking that a lot better actually. So now the last thing we're going to do is we want some darker stuff in there too, because that lighter color has spots of like black or something. It's I don't want to say spots. That's not the right word I'm looking for. But there's areas where small areas where it's black. Okay, so we're going to use that small black glitter. Let me clean off my spoon here, my measuring spoon. All right, I'm going to use that to try to represent that a little bit. All right. So now we're not looking for perfection here. When we match colors like this, when we make up new stuff, we're just trying to get close. Perfection is pretty difficult to achieve a lot of times. Okay, but I think that this right here is exactly the effect that I'm looking for. I think I would prefer it to be more of a yellowish color, but I think that's close enough right there. All right, let's go ahead and grab the other cup of plastic. Here we go. That's what the warm the handle was. The handles on those cups are usually not too hot, but that one was kind of warm. Okay, so Now this color, this is going to be the darker color in that picture. We're going to use a bunch of yellow again. We're going to use 1 drop of orange again, because we want that tint in there. Okay. And then we're going to use a bunch of. I'm going to use it. Let me go ahead and put the yellow in. Okay. There's quite a bit of yellow there. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's looking pretty good right there. Now watch what happens when we put the black in. I'm going to put 20 drops of black in. Now black, I never just squirt the black in because it's such a powerful color, like I was talking about just a minute ago. No, I always count the drops, and when I did this off camera, I worked up to this, so I know what we're needing here now. So. Oops, I hit the camera there. Sorry about that. Getting better at that, by the way. All right, so let's go ahead and put the black over there. Now let's go ahead and stir this up. And I'm going to use some large black glitter in this one too. But watch how this changes. It gives us that color that is mostly, I mean, this color here is pretty close. You can probably stand to be just a little bit darker, but this color is pretty darn close to what we see in that picture. Okay, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Huh? How about that? How's that look? All right, let's this one here, I'm going to use 2 scoops of raisins. No, I'm just kidding. It's glitter. We're going to put raisins in there. 2 scoops of raisins in a box of Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Anybody remember that commercial? Heck, I still love Raisin Bran. And I'm an old guy. Well, I'm getting there. Old age is slowly creeping up on me. All right, let's see here. Let's get this mixed in. I have my injectors ready already. The twin injectors ready. The connecting bar is off, so I can do a milking the cow. And I'm also going to try to. I'm going to do that on two of the cavities in that mold. And then, well, that looks pretty good. That's looking really good. Okay. And then I'm going to try to do a laminate in the other 2 with by just pushing down unevenly on the injectors. So let me get the plastisol brought back up to temp and get them both close, and then we'll get started. All right, here we go. I'm getting gloved up here off camera, right behind the camera, I should say, and let's go ahead and fill the injectors. Okay. Okay, both injectors are full. And bring them over. All right, there we go. They're both sitting in there. For some reason, they didn't want to both sit in there very well. Okay, so let's do the first 2. Okay. As the milking the cow, we just did that. Okay, that's full. We'll move it over to the next one. And then we will do the next one here, same way. Okay. Hold the little pressure there at the end. Right, there we go. Right now I'm going to try to laminate the other 2 cavities. Let's see how we're doing here. Okay, that one's full. All right, hold the pressure. Make sure we get all that air pushed out of the feet, out of that tail. And we'll do this one here again. Okay. All right. Now, this is something, both techniques here that I'm doing right here, milking the cow and then unevenly pushing. Let's fill that sprue. Unevenly filling that those cavities like that is something. Both things are something that I definitely need more practice on. And because I ended up with just how this worked out, I ended up with a lot of extra plastisol. All right. I have 2 cups of it over here to my right. I'll probably use this stuff to practice with. I think it looks pretty good. The colors, and we'll see here in just a minute. Let me go ahead and start cleaning some stuff up here. All right, there we go. And in just a minute here, we'll be seeing how these look. All right. I hope they look great, but I'm a little nervous. If I'm being totally honest, I'm a little nervous. Okay, let me go ahead and put these aside. All right, let's go ahead and take I'm gonna clean up the injector real quick too while we give that mold just a minute to cool off. Those the bellies are pretty fat, so that'll take a minute. All right, plugs are out of the injectors. Yeah, I'm not nearly as good as some of those guys at using this milking the cow technique. So I need to get better at that. Let's go ahead and wipe this crap off so I can open the mold without it sliding all over the place. All right, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and open this thing up. And you know what, I'm gonna move the camera just a little bit. Whoops, sorry about that. I accidentally turned the phone off while I was trying to move it. My bad. My bad. All right. Let's go ahead and open. There we go. All right. I hit the power button on the side there. Hope that doesn't mess with it too much. So I really don't want to shoot this video again. I think 3 times is enough. All right. Let's go ahead and get these rivet nuts off. And it'll be interesting to see how the baits turn out with those different eyes too. So let's go ahead and open these up. Make sure we stay on camera here. Getting better at that too. Getting better at seeing it. All right. There's those. Okay, well, looks like the eyes. Now this is these 2 here. Get rid of those. Get rid of these things here. These things here. Okay, now these 2 here, these were that milking the cow technique that didn't quite turn out exactly the way I thought it should, or was hoping that it should maybe, but that's still a pretty cool looking bait. Okay, and they have those ridiculously expensive eyes on them. Okay, that look pretty darn cool. I can't say they don't, because they do. Okay, there's that other milking the cow. All right, let's go ahead and take these 2 here out. These are the 2 that I shot with uneven pressure. Okay, trying to get those baits. Oh, now see, now this, this might be more of what we were looking for. What I was, whoops, here, like this here. This might be more of what I was looking for to begin with. Okay, and those eyes, those are the ones I made. Okay, how about that? That one looks pretty good. And look at this. See, this I think looks more like what I was going for, even though the milking the cow technique should make it so that you see a little bit of the yellowish color, then the greenish, then the yellowish, then the greenish. It just didn't work out that way very well, and I'm going to have to get better at that, which is fine. I will. But for now, this is what we did. And I think that this type of deal here is more of what I'm looking for in a smallmouth bass pattern than this is. Okay, so I think that from now on, I'm just going to do them like this here. Okay, too bad about the eyes, huh? All right, well, that's it. All right, everybody, well, that's it for today. When I get these techniques down a little bit better, we could probably expect to see the smallmouth bass color up on the website. You don't see too many smallmouth bass patterns in fishing lures, so this should be a hit. This one, if I can get that milking the cow technique figured out, and next time I'm going to try shooting it in a stick bait. And I've run across comments that say that that's probably the easiest way to do it to make it look right. So maybe I'll try that in the future. Well, no, I am going to try it. Just depends on whether or not I'll be trying it first on camera or not. Get rid of that stuff. But until next time. All right, everybody, that'll be it for today. I just had to, the phone call was coming in and stopped the video. Okay, that's fine. But if you liked what you saw, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Do like your mom said, share. All our moms taught us to share. So hit the share button. We're still looking at trying to get to 250 subscribers for that contest giveaway. Until next time, tight lines and calm waters.